There is a very specific type of man that our modern hustle-obsessed culture often openly despises, and yet, deep down, secretly envies. Let's call him the lazy, ambitious man. He possesses a clear vision. He simply refuses to perform that vision for an audience. Internally, he wants a massive life. He thinks deeply, and he dreams violently. He rejects modern metrics of success. This choice makes him look highly suspicious in a world driven by a very specific religion, hustle culture. This is a belief system where value is tied strictly to constant motion. You have a society addicted to the performative grind, colliding with an individual who operates in stillness. It creates massive cultural friction. When people call him delusional or unfocused, they aren't offering an objective critique of his productivity. They are reacting to the intense discomfort his stillness forces them to confront.
To understand why this happens, we have to look at what the psychoanalyst Carl Jung called the shadow. Humans have a habit of taking the parts of ourselves that we refuse to face, our fears and insecurities, and projecting them onto others. When a person addicted to the hustle sees someone sitting perfectly still, it acts like a psychological tripwire. It surfaces the exact triggers they are trying to avoid: the fear of being ordinary, the panic of going unseen, the dread of being worthless. The reality for many trapped in the grind is that they are not being pulled forward by a genuine purpose. Constant motion serves as an escape mechanism. It allows them to outrun the quiet suspicion that, in silence, they would feel entirely insignificant. The hostility directed at the man sitting in stillness has nothing to do with him. It is hustle culture accidentally diagnosing its own psychological disease. If we change the perspective, we can look at stillness for what it actually is. What a shallow mind calls procrastination, a creator recognizes as incubation. It is a strategic factory. The historical record supports this. Albert Einstein did not unlock the universe by working 80-hour weeks and broadcasting his routines. He relied on deep, rigorous thought experiments. Nikola Tesla could construct and test a complete motor within his own mind before he ever picked up a tool. The heavy lifting happened entirely out of sight. There is a specific architecture to this work, mapped out by 20th century philosopher Neville Goddard. His teachings serve as the operating system for the lazy, ambitious man. This illustrates Goddard's thesis. The physical world is an effect. It's a mirror, reflecting the state cemented internally. Therefore, the highest form of work is building that state. You internally rehearse the reality you want, generating conviction that it's already fulfilled. This leads to Goddard's ultimate rule of creation, a phase he called the Sabbath. This is the period where all forced effort and panic must stop. You rest in the assumption that the vision is already a fact. To someone who thinks sweat equals value, this phase looks like laziness. To Goddard, it was faith in action. True creation is an inside-out engineering process. Frantic hustle is often the least important step of a breakthrough. We must draw a hard line here. Strategic incubation is distinct from the escapism of numbing out or hiding from life. Incubation requires rigorous, invisible work. It is the effort of refining the vision, maintaining the feeling of the end result, and refusing to move until the time is right. The hustle world is driven by one question: do I look busy enough to others? The creator faces a much harder question in the silence. Am I actually transforming into the person who possesses my desire? Society hands out cheap validation for visible, exhausting effort. Reality rewards profound inner alignment. The man who refuses to perform his ambition for the crowd isn't lagging behind. By constructing his reality in the only place it actually originates, his own consciousness, he is miles ahead.